I've got this Vertuo Plus machine that has this red light on when you try to use it, and I'm going to show you how to tell the machine to open up so that we can take this apart and see what's going on. So to tell it to open, press and hold this down for a few seconds and the red light will go off. And then press up, the light goes green, and now you can open. Next, I'm going to use a plastic pry tool to pry out from this corner and on this corner, and I should be able to lift this up. So I've just laid this machine down and look at all this sludge that was coming out. So I'm guessing that's one of the problems. Something was really blocked in the machine. Okay, now that we've cleaned up all that mess, we'll get to opening the top of the machine. So right here, you can see the silver and the black plastic piece. I just have to get a screwdriver in between them to try to pry it out. So I've got the screwdriver in there now, and when I was just prying it, you could hear a click, which means that it's come out of the clip. So we'll have to do the same thing on the other side. Okay, so I managed to unclip it and now I can pull it out. So there were two places where the clips were holding onto this thing. There's one here and one here. So that's this bit and this bit. And now we will remove this piece. First, gotta undo the screw. So I've got that T10 screw out, and I've put a screwdriver here just to lift this lip up so that we can push this panel upwards. Let's see if I can push it up. And it's out. And I'll do the same thing here. There we go. So that piece out. And now this front piece, I think, just lifts up. Here we go. Okay, so next we'll be removing this piece. It's a little bit, it's spring loaded, so just be careful with the spring when you do it. So we just have to pry this out. So I've done that. So there's the spring there. So the same thing on this side. Just note that the spring goes there, and I'm guessing that part of it is here, so we're just gonna pry it out. It's there, so there's the spring. That piece aside. Okay, next we'll take this piece out. We should be able to just pull it out. So peel this out. Put it aside, and we'll remove this ribbon cable here. Okay, so I've pulled this cable out, and I just took it around, make sure it's loose so that we can remove this top piece here. And this top piece here is held together by this like this clip. One on this side and one on this side. So we use a screwdriver to push from the inside to loosen the clip so we can pull it out. So this is the piece that that little plastic tab that I push from the inside, and now I can lift this up so that comes out. Similarly on this side, so we'll take that out, and that ribbon cable that we loosened before, now it's out of the way. So there was that piece of spring there that was in this track, so I just had to loosen it, and now this comes out. And now we'll remove this top piece here so we can clean it. So to remove this piece, we need a T9. There's 3 screws here, 1, 2, 3. So before you take out the 3 screws at the top, just take note of how the spring is installed, so that you remember how to put it back in. So we'll just take this piece out now. Next, we'll undo this piece. So to undo this piece, this is actually screwed in to this piece down here. That piece there. So we have to use something so that you don't cut your fingers. Hold this piece down here while unscrewing this piece. So what I've done is I'm holding it here with some towel, and I'm just unscrewing it, and that will come out. So that will expose a couple of rubber washers. We'll take it out and clean it. So this is what came out of that hole there. So now that we've removed this piece, we should be able to just press down on the center piece to remove it. There you go. So there it is there. So there is a ball bearing there. So there's 4 T9 screws that we undo, and there is a big spring in between here. So when you undo it, just make sure you're holding it in place so that it doesn't fly everywhere. Okay, so there's the piece with the spring there. It's quite dirty. I'm gonna take this out and really give it a good clean. And there's this middle piece here, plate that comes out. Just take note of how it was sitting before you take it out, so you know how to put it back in, because it's got all these grooves that I think the little groove goes into this little plastic thing here, and the bigger groove is where the screw is. And there's a rubber piece here. Take out and clean and screw it back the way that you found it. That's it there. Okay, so I've got this thing clean now, pretty well, and I'm putting this back in place. That piece, and then this piece there, and then I'm just gonna place this in and put the 4 screws back. Okay, now I'm gonna remove this top part of the machine to access this motor here. I've used a screwdriver to pretty much push the 2 tabs down, and use this plastic pry tool to push it up. As you can see, it's going up. So I'll repeat the process on the other side. Okay, so I've got the top part of the machine out, so I'll just take this rubber gasket out and clean it. So I wonder where all that yucky coffee was coming out from. I'm guessing there must be some in there. So it looks like the way it works is the hot water gets pushed through from the top of the pod, and this thing spins. When this is on, this is actually down here, and when it spins, it uses centrifugal force to let the coffee come through here and drains down. There's a bunch of holes down here, you can't see it, but it actually comes down in this channel and run into, there's a rubber gasket there that runs into this thing here, which can just be moved, taken out for washing. So there's the rubber gasket there. So I'll do that. I've turned this thing upside down and there seems to be nothing left inside. So the reason why it wasn't working before was probably because it's flooded in there. So while taking the top part to clean, and I guess having this open, hopefully that's dry enough for it to be working again. So I'll just go wash this and put everything back together and see if it works.